By now, the hunger strikers had been in the square for 2 days, and their numbers were increasing constantly. Still, there was no official response. As time dragged on, sympathy for the students and anger at the government grew.
I could convince my own students to leave. The female students cried whenever I spoke to them. In the morning sun, the students looked so young, with only sheets of newspapers between themselves and the bare ground. It was really a touching sight. They were putting their young lives on the line, but the government was ignoring them. I was moved. So I decided to stay on the square to help them run errands.
We workers and ordinary people had been looking. Then, when the student hunger strike, using their own lives to awaken the whole, people felt their responsibilities and too.
On May 16th, while Gorbachev continued his discussions with the Chinese leadership, 300,000 people marched in the streets of Beijing. On the 17th, and again on the 18th, that number rose to 1 million people.
I went to the square every day after May 15 because a lot of students from my university were taking part in the hunger strike. I went there to help them with logistics and run errands. I also took part in the picket line to ensure that the ambulances could move freely.
The students had been on a hunger strike for nearly a week, and still the government paid no attention to them. We said, "What bastards? Any son of a bitch would have acted better than Deng Xiaoping or Li Peng."
Moderate government leaders tried to defuse the mounting crisis. The official media was allowed to report sympathetically on the hunger strike. Emergency medical teams were sent in to ensure the health of the hunger strikers. Actions like these suggested that the party line was shifting and nobody wanted to be left on the wrong side. Local party leaders and managers started permitting their workers to go to Tiananmen to show support for the students. Organized contingents started showing up carrying the banners of their workplaces. To participate now was beginning to look not only right, but safe. The spectacle was overwhelming and highly photogenic. The foreign press in Beijing to cover the Sino-Soviet summit walked into the biggest international media story ever reported out of China.
What a place, what a time, what a story. It's Friday morning here, and this is Tiananmen Square. Today, it's the People's Square, all right. More than 1 million Chinese demanding democracy and freedom and proclaiming the new revolution.
Unbelievable. We all came here to cover a summit, and we walked into a revolution.
It's a great feeling to get the attention of tens of thousands of people. Before the movement, the students had been very depressed. All of a sudden, they were at center stage. People needed them. They felt a heroic sense of